Hey CFL family, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to our Vlogmas. Can you believe it? I mean, we've had so much fun so far, it's just flying by. Is it for you guys? The excitement, the fun, all of the yumminess, the family fun, the chaos, it's just flying by so quickly. Before we know it, it's going to be Christmas. I just can't get over that. I mean, where did December go? Where has 2024 gone? It seems like it happened in a blink of an eye, and it's been an amazing year. I can't wait to see what 2025 has to bring to us. But I digress. So in today's video, I'm going to bring you guys another hors d'oeuvre, another finger food, another little snack, if you will, that is inspired by something that my family usually has every time of year that I know is very popular in England, but I'm not exactly sure where exactly it originated. So today I'm going to show you my version of a sausage roll. Well, now you might not know what that is. So you're probably asking, Tiff, what is that? So a sausage roll is usually ground meat, sausage meat, ground pork, ground beef, whichever you have on hand. Traditionally, I think it's ground pork, mixed with a bunch of different spices, maybe a little bit of onion and some breadcrumbs. And then you take it and you wrap it in a puff pastry. Well, my take on it is using a pie crust. I didn't have a pie or puff pastry. I really haven't made puff pastry before, and I couldn't find it in the stores no matter where I looked or how hard I looked. So I decided to go with a store-bought Pillsbury pre-made pie crust. And man, I'm hoping it works out. Here's crossing my fingers it does. But my mom always made these for us at the holidays using a pie crust instead of a puff pastry. And when she couldn't make them, we would always get them from M&M Meats. Now, if you're an American, I don't know if you guys know what M&M Meats is. It's a pretty big shop here. I used to love the ones from M&M Meats. So it's one of my favorite staples at the holiday season, and I try to have them every single year. So this year I decided I was going to share with you all how to make them. So here's hoping they turn out just as good as my mom's used to. So without further ado, let's go hop over into my kitchen and I'll show you how to make these. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've got everything in front of me ready to go. There's that pie crust I was talking about. Now, this is a refrigerated pie crust. It has 2 pie crusts in it, and trust me, we're going to need both of them. There is my ground meat. I decided to go with ground pork. I actually like either ground pork or ground chicken, but I decided to go with ground pork this time around. And there's my handy dandy fork so we can mix everything together. That's right, everyone. Today I'm not going to get my hands dirty. So that's about 2 tablespoons worth of minced onion. You can add a little bit more or a little bit less. It all depends on what your preference is. Now, I will admit that is about 1 pound of ground pork. This is also about 1 tablespoon's worth of breadcrumbs. Actually, I took the panko crumbs that I had and I made them into a finer breadcrumb using my rolling pin. Next time, it calls for 1 crushed clove of garlic, but I decided to use garlic powder instead. And again, I just kind of eyeballed it. You know me and my spices. Next, you're going to want about 1/4 teaspoon of ground coriander. I did my best to kind of eyeball it. And of course, 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. Again, I kind of eyeballed it. And of course, you can't forget your salt. You're going to want about 1 teaspoon and 1/4 of salt. Once again, I kind of eyeballed where the 1/4 mark was. Next, you take your fork and you make sure you mix it so it's well mixed and comes into almost like a meatloaf consistency. Okay, so with a speed-induced help from YouTube, we're on to the next step. That's right, we get to line our cookie sheet with parchment paper. And yes, I know, my poor cookie sheets have seen better days. I've mentioned it many times before. My poor kitchen is falling apart. Please send help. But I digress. As you can see, I had a little bit of an issue with the parchment paper. It didn't quite want to rip the right way. So I just made shift with what I had available to me with a couple of the scraps to kind of cover the sections that needed to be. And then I learned this, I don't even remember where I learned this trick from, was if you want your parchment paper to stick and not roll or not roll back up, crinkle it a little bit. It will help to keep it down on your cookie sheet and not roll up. But now that the cookie sheet is ready to go, it's time to get the actual sausage rolls going. So I'm doing this on my cutting board. It just makes it a little bit easier than doing it on my counter so that the dough doesn't stick. But as you can see, I'm opening up my pie dough, and this is the first one. Now, see, for me, I didn't realize it would be in a circle, so this is a little bit more tricky. Now I'm grabbing my meat, and you'll see, I'm just going to make it look like a little cylinder along the edge of the pie crust. I did learn that this first one, I did kind of overstuff it. So try hard not to overstuff your pie crust. You don't want the meat to be seeping out the sides or any of that. I'm going to go wash my hands so that I can roll. Now that I've done that, it's time to roll the pie dough. Got to be very, very careful and such, and make sure it's very, very tight as well. And that, like I said, none of the meat really leaks out the sides. Now, you can press it down as you see me doing so that it spreads all the way to the edge. Or you can start where you already have the meat all the way over to the edge. Either way, you are going to want to press them down. You do not want them to be the cylindrical anymore. You do want them flat. Now, once that I am done doing the pressing of down and sure that I've got it exactly where I want it, I'm going to go grab a knife and we're going to cut it up. So yeah, you'll see I cut down the center here. I kind of screwed up a little bit and I had to fix that spot. But you just want the dough to tuck underneath so the seam is underneath it. When you put it on the prepared sheet, you want to put it with the seam down. So this is what it looks like in a hole. Now you can either cut it into longer pieces or bite size. I chose bite size, as you can see. So that's what it looks like. So just keep repeating the process until you get them all done and they're all on the parchment paper. Okay, I'm going to spare you guys all watching me do all of this. So I'm going to use the magic of YouTube and jump ahead and show you guys what they look like when they're all done. Alright everyone, so there you guys go. You can see them all sitting there. They didn't turn out too badly. As you can see, the meat is not bursting out and the seam is perfect underneath them. I also had leftover pie crust and leftover meat, so I kind of did the sausage roll pocket things. Why not, right? We'll try something new. So now I'm going to stick them in the fridge, and then later I will preheat the oven to 375 and bake for 30 minutes. Alright everyone, so I just pulled these out of the oven. What do you guys think? Didn't they turn out great? Pie crust actually worked nicely and they turned out kind of nice and golden, and it looks like the filling all got cooked. So now we're going to go do a taste test. Okay everyone, so we're out in the living room, and just because I don't want to forget, I've done it so many times now already, I've got my food out here with me. See, I got a sausage roll. So before I forget, let's do a taste test. Ready? Not bad. And just if you're wondering, it is cooked all the way through, so that's good. But yeah, that does remind me a lot about sausage rolls and everything like that. It tastes just like the ones I buy at the store, so that's awesome. But I'm going to finish eating with this, so I'll be back with you guys in just one moment. Can you believe it, CFL family? They turned out beautifully, and man, did it ever take me back. It took me back to those days of Christmas Eve, where we would, before we did the wrapping for the Kidney Foundation, back when we were younger, we would be part of our church, local church's Christmas pageant. And it brought back so many memories of doing that, and then rushing home and getting everything ready for our Christmas Eve party, because we had friends and family headed over to our place. And that tradition continued when we were teenagers and we were doing the gift wrapping for the Kidney Foundation. We would gift wrap all day. We would rush home. We would get everything ready to go. We'd get the party trays going. We would get the punch made, all of that lovely stuff. And then we would have a grand old time with all of our friends and family. And that's how we celebrated our Christmas Eves every single year. And it brought back so many memories. So I am so thankful that it turned out perfectly and exactly the way I remember it when my mom used to make it. So that is amazing. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, think about giving a thumbs up. It really would help us out. And if you're new here and you like what you see and you're enjoying the Vlogmas chaos and the family chaos that comes along with it, and this is the kind of content you're looking for, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and come join our ever-growing family. We welcome everybody with open arms and open hearts. Also, if you have hit that subscribe button, don't forget the notification bell. You don't want to miss out on any more future Vlogmas. And coming in the new year, we have some amazing and interesting adventures headed our way, and a lot more family togetherness and chaos. So you don't want to miss out on any of our videos that we might drop, so make sure you hit that notification bell. But that being said, I do have to get these put away before they go bad, so I will see everybody in the next one. Bye, everybody.